It just causes us as parents to worry about what's happening at the school when we can't be present.
Gun on school grounds. This morning, a parent is facing criminal charges. The reason police say that parent was so worked up.
Plus, helping students without a home. How you can get involved in Madison's push to protect kids dealing with homelessness.
And at the state capitol this morning, more money for mental health facilities. The bipartisan bill on the table.
It is chilly this morning, but it is actually 9 to 10 degrees warmer than where we were yesterday at this time. Even warmer weather on the way into the weekend. More coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now. This morning, I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Happy almost Friday. We are close. Kelly's got some good news for you on that front. It's going to warm up just a hair.
Yeah, it's going to warm up closer to where we should be for this time of the year. It's looking like a decent weekend, and it's probably going to be the best weather of the next 10 days because it doesn't last long, but we are looking at some warmer than average temperatures this weekend. It was down in low 20s yesterday morning at this time. Remember that thick frost we had to scrape off? Not quite as chilly this morning. We're running 9 degrees warmer here in Madison, 9 also in Janesville, 11 degrees warmer in Watertown. Still chilly this morning. Temperatures are in the lower 30s. We're hanging at 32 in Middleton and also Fitchburg. 1 degree above freezing in Madison to Waunakee at 33, and at Deerfield right now at 33 as well. So we're going to see a gradual warm up into the weekend and generally dry weather. Can't rule out a passing shower. These are going to be brief, not going to amount to too much going into the weekend. The better chances are going to be at night. Either way, next week it looks like we do have a good chance of some rain, and it's looking like it will start to turn colder once again. Kind of a mix of clouds and sun today. We've got the jet stream just flowing across the Badger State, so some of these clouds move in, then they move out, give us some sunshine. Should be in the low 40s here at the noon hour, topping out around 48 here in Madison later this afternoon. So warmer than where we've been for sure, and this is that transition day. Still running a few degrees below our average, but we'll get there. Just got to hang tight. Looks like by Friday, the weekend, we should be talking about those low to mid 50s. More on that warm up for the weekend and also that system that'll bring us some rain next week coming up.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. Developing this morning, a parent of a Janesville high school student is facing criminal charges. He is accused of threatening an administrator and bringing a gun to school property. This all happened at Parker High School in Janesville. This all happened because the man heard a rumor, police say, that the school had run out of food when it didn't. Janesville police say it all happened around 12:45 on Tuesday, which was Halloween. School resource officer learned a 36-year-old parent threatened to bring a gun to school and confront an administrator. Then about 15 minutes later, the man showed up, admitting to the school resource officer he had a gun in his car. The district says the incident was resolved within minutes and was done in a secure, centralized area that did not require a lockdown.
I just think it's completely out of character and not right that somebody would bring violence into a matter with any of the teachers or students. It just causes us as parents to worry about what's happening at the school when we can't be present. Well, I just think that maybe they should do the lockdown in any circumstance like that just to make sure that everybody's protected.
Right now, the parent is banned from district property and events. He's yet to be formally charged with the crime.
In the Madison School District, staff are hoping to address the problem of kids suffering from homelessness. A 2-month-long donation drive is underway right now. The district is collecting hygiene items and winter clothes for families in need. 750 ribbons hang outside of Madison schools. They represent each student who's currently without a home. To help, you can donate to those collection bins through the month of December. They're set up right now at the Doyle Administration Building. That's next to the Cole Center.
Meanwhile, November is Homelessness Awareness Month in the state. In our state, a one-day count from January of individuals and families found 4,800 people are homeless. Yesterday at the Capitol, advocates kicked off the month with an event. Works of art were on display, created by people who are homeless or were homeless.
To the state capitol now, Democratic lawmakers are anticipating Wisconsin's abortion ban will be overturned this fall. But if that's the case, there are still restrictions to getting an abortion on the books. Madison Senator Kelda Roys and Madison Representative Francesca Hong want to remove some requirements that make it more difficult to get an abortion in the state. One requires abortion providers to have hospital admitting privileges. The other requires people trying to get an abortion to undergo a physical exam.
And I think Wisconsin can be a leader in the country for ensuring that all of our citizens, regardless of their gender or their ability to have a baby or not, I think what we can agree on is that this is about our universal basic human rights. And I think that's something we all can come together around.
The bills are not expected to pass the Republican-controlled legislature.
Republicans and Democrats at the Capitol are looking to provide more mental health facilities for the state. Multiple bills would require the state's Department of Health Services to set up a certification process for treatment facilities. Supporters say this would give people in crisis the help they need faster and spend less time with law enforcement. Right now, a lack of crisis care facilities and observation centers means some officers have to transport people in crisis to a facility hours from where they are.
It is a terrible process on so many different fronts. Number one, it's bad for the person in crisis. I mean, that's not the best way to treat somebody who's in a mental health crisis, put them in the back of a squad car for a 3.5-hour trip.
For 9 years, we've gone
The bill's authors say that the lack of centers takes a toll on law enforcement as well, with at least 1 or 2 officers needed to work an entire shift to transport a person, go through the paperwork, and then return home.
6:05 now. In Washington, D.C. this morning, the House and Senate continue to be at odds over how to give emergency aid to Israel. A House package looking to spend $14 billion on the issue is scheduled for a vote today, but it's not clear if that will happen anymore. Republicans in the House want to cut funding from the IRS to send that money to Israel. A Congressional Budget Office report shows that plan could possibly raise the deficit by billions over the next decade. Here's what one Wisconsin representative and the Senate's majority leader have to say about the rift.
Any member of the House of Representatives that votes to fund the IRS and not to fight evil is something they're going to have to live with.
House Republicans are asking a price for helping them by cutting off funding that holds rich tax cheats accountable. That ain't happening. House, it ain't happening.
In the unlikely event the plan makes it through Congress, President Biden has said he would veto it.
Just into the newsroom, the Gaza Health Ministry says more than 9,000 Palestinians have now been killed since the war between Israel and Hamas began. This as the Israeli military is taking responsibility for a second airstrike on a refugee camp. So a hospital director at a recently attacked building says that the strike recently there killed at least 80 people. The IDF says the attack targeted a Hamas command and control complex and eliminated Hamas terrorists based on precise intelligence. The UN Human Rights Office says the attacks could amount to war crimes.
This comes as crowds are gathering at the Rafah crossing this morning. That's at the Egypt-Gaza border. It's afternoon there right now. People in cars could be crowding the gates trying to cross. There's an agreement allowing some foreign citizens to leave Gaza for Egypt, including some Americans. At least 300 people on an initial list of 500, as well as dozens of injured Gazans, crossed yesterday. Developments do continue to break out of the Middle East. Updates as we're sitting here on News 3 Now this morning. We're going to keep you updated right here on air and through real-time push alerts over on our mobile app.
New this morning, the Texas Rangers have won their first World Series. They took down the Arizona Diamondbacks last night in Game 5. It was scoreless for most of it. Then the Texas bats got hot and shut out the D-backs 5-0. Texas won all 11 of their road games during the playoffs. It's the franchise's first World Series championship after 62 seasons.
I think we've been waiting a little longer than that, personally.
It's time for the Brewers. That's what I'm saying.
First time would be great. Okay, it's 6:08. Coming up, a Big Ten matchup for women's volleyball against the only team to beat them at home in conference play in their last 46 matches. The outcome ahead in sports.
But first, we're working for the weekend in the 6:08. I'm Josh Breder with a rundown of what's happening around town.
Dear Detour, when life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Get $1,000 cash back on Tundra when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota. Let's go places.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying... He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win. How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Discovering the perfect paint for your home has never been easier at Menards. Fast Prime 2 Interior Primer and Sealer is available, formulated with stain blocking technology, and has an exceptional dry time. Get a gallon for $17.79 after 11% rebate. Plan smart with Zinsser Smart Coat and interactive tools at smartcoat.com. Buy smart, in-store or online for home delivery. And paint smart with this advanced interior paint and primer in one. It's just $19.56 after 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Are you tired of living with that awful joint pain in your knees, hips, back, and shoulder? Ready to get your life back? Call QC Kinetics now, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These non-invasive treatments harness your body's own healing power to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. No drugs, no downtime, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Learn how all-natural advanced regenerative medicine can bring you lasting relief. QC Kinetics.
Dear Detour, when life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Get $1,000 cash back on Tundra when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota. Let's go places.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
It is Thursday. That means it's almost the weekend in the 608.
You know, Josh Spreiter has a busy one ahead. He has the rundown on all the plans you can take part in. Hey, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. So with colder weather on the horizon, we're seeing more and more indoor events in the 608, especially as we approach the busy holiday season. First up this morning, the state's largest vintage clothing trade event is back for its 12th biannual showcase at the Garver Feed Mill. This is happening both Saturday and Sunday. It's presented by Madison's longest-running independent vintage clothing store, the Good Style Shop. This year will feature the 7 state region's most established and up-and-coming vintage stores and independent vendors. Up next, a special open house at the McFarland Historical Museum on Sunday. This is specifically for 3rd graders past and present. Students are encouraged to bring their parents and siblings, grandparents, and friends and guide them to see the many interesting exhibits in the museum, log cabin, and annex. We've featured McFarland's own Tom Thrun in the 608 before. He'll be there to talk about his model farm that he created during the years of the COVID pandemic. The open house is set from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. The Colonial Club in Sun Prairie is holding their annual fundraiser this weekend. There's no better beer event than the 11th annual Ale Fest. It's set for 6 to 9 Friday night at the Colonial Club. The goal of their community events is to bring adults of all ages into the Colonial Club and start supporting them now so that they're still there to support the community as we continue to age. In addition to over 65 different samples of beers from across the globe, there are also wines to sample, great food, a silent auction, raffle, and souvenirs. Remember, we are your home for what's happening in the 608. You can go to channel3000.com/in-the608 or just click on that community calendar in partnership with Madison Magazine. It's going to be another busy weekend. I'm glad the weather's warming up a little bit because it was like we flipped that switch and I was like, I'm ready to be outside a little bit longer before we're stuck inside for 6 months.
We're going to start seeing a lot of these vendor sale, holiday, what am I saying, like holiday craft sales, like all of those things. Great idea if you're looking for something special, handmade, unique, one of a kind. So,
that's what's nice is like this time of the year. I mean, this is really the first weekend for like the holiday shopping season. I know a lot of folks are like, oh my gosh, it's only the first week in November, but this is the time of the year that these local businesses look forward to. A lot of them are already decorated. This is really what is end game for them and
makes or breaks their year.
It does. It really does. So get out there there and support local. I mean, they're all over the place. Of course, I wish we could feature them all, but we can't. So
hey, get it out of the way too. 2 months early, no problem. I'm always waiting until the very last minute to do that stuff, and everything's sold out.
Surprise, surprise. I'm actually like this year, as far as like my family goes, we're like way ahead of the game.
Are you?
So yeah, like Derek and I decided we're not even going to do presents this year, just because
that's why you're ahead of the game.
Well, I know, but it's like, but with my family, you know, my parents, my sister, brother-in-law, you know, it's like I got it all done. So
you got something for baby Zeke already?
So that's still on my list.
Uncle Josh, let's go.
You didn't even visit me on Halloween.
I know, he was mad about that.
I was mad.
All right.
I had that full-size candy bar waiting for you. Even one for you too, Mama.
Yeah, for me, not Zeke.
Good stuff this morning, Josh. Thanks a lot.
You bet.
Hey, remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. There's his handle on social media and his email address for you to reach out.
All right, let's check in with Kelly Slifka. It is 6:15 on the nose. How's it feeling out there?
It's feeling chilly. You know, it is about 10 degrees warmer than where we were yesterday morning, but I can still sense that cold air just kind of settling on in. Thankfully, it's a dry cold, if you will, but we are looking at some warmer temperatures coming our way over the next several days. Now, taking a look at our sky cam from the station, you got to remember next week, it'll actually be, we'll start to see the light coming up from our sky cam here at the southwest side of Madison, because we are setting our clocks back 1 hour this weekend. This is the time we go back into a standard time. And today's going to be a little bit warmer than where we were yesterday, about 10 degrees warmer as we get in the upper 40s. Average high now is 52. Sun doesn't come up until 7:33. Next week, it'll come up at 6:33, so we will start to see that daylight already by this time next week. Wind chills, 27 in Madison, 27 in the Dells, so it does feel a little bit colder than the actual temperature because we have a southwest wind. The southwest wind will be up there around 10 miles per hour, but that's bringing in some warmer temperatures, obviously from the south, and that should boost our temperatures going forward through the rest of the week into the weekend. Do have a few clouds. The jet stream is just streaming along the northern tier of the United States, and occasionally we see the batch of clouds roll through southern Wisconsin. Then we'll get into some clearing. That's going to be the trend for the next several days going into the weekend. So not completely sunny, but not completely cloudy either. We will be warming into the low 50s this weekend, and generally dry weather through Sunday. That should say generally dry weather through Sunday. Cool and wet, though, it looks like next week as another system moves in and brings us some cooler weather and some rain as well. Temperatures today, though, warming through the 40s. We'll see partly sunny skies going into the afternoon, upper 40s at that. Noticing the jet stream just streaming along the northern tier of the United States. We get these little ripples that pass through. Can't rule out an isolated shower. Very slim chance, maybe Friday evening, another chance Saturday evening, but generally dry weather for most of the weekend. And then the jet stream sinks a little bit further to the south, and we'll have a stronger system come in, and that'll bring us a little bit better chance of rain. It might be cool enough. Some of that rain may mix with a little bit of snow. 33 right now in Madison, so we're holding 1 degree above freezing along the Wisconsin River Valley in the 20s right now in Boscobel and Lone Rock. Across Dane County, you can see at 20, well, we've got, well, nobody's in the 20s now. 30 right now in Cross Plains and Sauk City. Wanakee at 30, 30 in Sun Prairie, 31 in Cottage Grove. First warm forecast does bring in some decent weather for the end of the week, the first weekend of November, low to mid 50s. Once again, a slight shower chance Friday evening, maybe another chance Saturday evening into a Sunday. Better chances, it looks like, early next week as we cool it back down into the lower to middle 40s.
Wisconsin rarely loses to Big Ten teams at the Fieldhouse. I'm talking only one loss at home in conference play in their last 46 matches, and that lone team to beat is visiting them on Wednesday. Wisconsin hosting Purdue, and Carter Booth and the Badgers, we're ready for this one. First set, Izzy Ashburn with the quick set to Booth, who hammers it home. She finished with 9 kills and 7 blocks. Then later, your reigning Big Ten Player of the Week went to work. Sarah Franklin gets up to get down for one of her game-high 22 kills. Wisconsin beats Purdue in 4 sets. Other than their top-secret scrimmage against Northern Iowa, Wisconsin hasn't had any other competition besides themselves. That changed on Wednesday with UW-Stevens Point in town for UW's final tune-up before they officially tip off their season. And A.J. Storr is going to be fun to watch. Max Klesmet finds him in the corner, and Storr dials one up from deep. Then later in the first half, Chucky Hepburn turns defense into offense and leaves it for Storr, who climbs the ladder for the slam. 12 points in the first 20 minutes for him. And, of course, Tyler Wall was doing his thing. 10 points and 6 boards from him. Badgers get the win, 87-44. Bucks on the road for the first time this season, taking on the Raptors, and Canada was not good for any member of the Deer except maybe Malik Beasley. He dropped in 6 triples for a team-high 20 points, but the Bucks trailed from the get-go. They fall 130-111. With the status of Braylon Allen unknown for Saturday's game at Indiana, the Wisconsin running back room is looking pretty thin. But no worries, it's next man up for the Badgers. And that next man up is none other than Jackson Aker. The former Verona standout has seen limited action this season, but thanks to UW running backs coach Devin Spalding's message, Aker doesn't have to get ready because he's been ready every week.
Prepare as if you're starting, so I feel like there's not going to be a whole lot different. Mentally, there's something he's stressed, especially over the last few weeks since even Ches got hurt. Because, yeah, our numbers are dwindling, and we're going to have to rely on some people that haven't got to play a lot. So it's important that we all prepare as if we were starting.
And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Zach Hanley there. Thank you very much. Hey, Zach bringing you some fresh new perspectives on the Badger football team coming up this week on Wisconsin Huddle. The team is going into Saturday's game against the Indiana Hoosiers, still without their first-string quarterback, Tanner Mordecai. You remember he broke his hand against Iowa and is now missing his 3rd full game this weekend. He caught up with Zach for the Huddle. Mordecai says while it's hard to not be playing, he can still be a good teammate.
It's tough. I mean, the main reason I'm here is to play quarterback for the Badgers, and that's something I can't do, but at the same time, I'm still a leader, so I still have a responsibility to encourage the guys, be there for the guys, and that's kind of the role that I'm taking right now.
Kickoff against Indiana is at 11 a.m. Saturday. You can catch the full episode of Wisconsin Huddle, by the way, Friday at 6:30.
Hey, if you are thinking about getting lunch or dinner delivered today, you'll want to stick around to see what's trending this morning.
And before we head to break, a look at gas prices here in Dane County and across the state. We're back after this.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
The best doorbusters deals of the year are available now at Ashley. Find clearance and overstocked mattresses throughout the store at huge discounts while they last. Sealy Queen mattresses as little as $8 a month. Only at Ashley.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with Spectrum Internet, delivering fast and reliable speeds. Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security on your devices. Spectrum Mobile with unlimited talk, text, and data. And now, TV with the all-new Zumo Stream Box. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited Spectrum mobile line, and the Zumo Stream Box, free when you add Spectrum TV. Call 833-976-4999. With Spectrum and Zumo, all your favorites are brought together in one place. Use the voice remote to search across live TV, on-demand movies and shows, and the most popular streaming apps to watch what you want faster and easier than ever. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Hold it! Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
Ordering promotional products guaranteed to create memorable moments is an easy mission at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobuson Buses. Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Without the right start to your day, your morning could hit a wall.
Is he okay?
I got it.
Belvita breakfast biscuits are baked with slow-release carbs and provide steady morning energy to help you rise and thrive.
Precision is very proud of our 5-star reviews. I do everything I can to go above and beyond for repairs. No, I'm not an actor. I'm a garage door tech. That's what I do here at Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
The best doorbusters deals of the year are available now at Ashley. Save as much as 68% store-wide and find clearance and overstocked items throughout the store at huge discounts while they last. Plus 72-month special financing, only at Ashley.
Welcome back. Let's take a peek at Pat's morning. He is rubbing it in all of our faces. That he was not around, I bet, for that Halloween snow. Certainly not around for the 35-degree weather this morning.
Good for you, Pat. Good for you.
Good for you, buddy.
Looking forward to get to a beach at some point.
Yeah, someday.
That looks awful nice. Thanks for sharing your morning with us, Pat. We appreciate it. Hey, trending this morning, if you don't want to tip your DoorDash driver, then be prepared to wait longer for your food. That is according to a warning message the app is testing out. Take a look at this. So if a customer tries to order without a tip, they see a pop-up message that reads, orders with no tip might take longer to get delivered. The message goes on to say the drivers can pick which orders they want to pick up, and those take longer to be accepted. So it usually means a slower delivery.
Do you tip pre-service?
A lot of these apps require you to, right? And then you can leave a review later. So you've got to anticipate the tip.
That makes sense.
And I get it. I get it. Like if you're going to tip big, your order's going to get picked up faster. But I'm still getting used to that because normally, you tip after you get the service.
Former waitress here. I always tip 20%, assuming somebody had a bad day if they didn't provide the service I wanted.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that if you're using DoorDash. All right, let's get to Kelly now. A quick look at that forecast, Kelly.
Yeah, it's not quite as cold this morning. We are looking at temperatures in the 30s rising into the upper 40s. We are looking at just a slight chance of a shower tomorrow, but warmer weather for the weekend.
All right, we're back after this. Don't go anywhere.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Drum roll, please. It's Champion's Factory Direct Sale. Don't miss these year-end savings. Champion replacement windows are 30% off.
That's a great deal.
Our windows come direct from our factory to you.
No middleman. No markups.
Get factory direct pricing 30% off. Plus, book your free estimate by Black Friday for an additional $70 off every window. Hurry, this factory direct sale won't last long. Call or schedule online at getchampionwindows.com.
iPhone 15 Pro for your husband. iPhone 15 Pro.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone, a better plan's Verizon.
No way they take this wreck.
Yes, they will, and you'll get iPhone 15 Pro and Apple TV 4K and Apple One, all three on them. Do that. We tried to tell him, but he paid us a lot.
It was a lot.
This holiday, turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium, Apple TV 4K, and 6 months of Apple One. All three on us. It's holiday every day with Verizon.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can dramatically relieve RA and PSA symptoms, including fatigue for some. It can stop joint damage, and in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
It just causes us as parents to worry about what's happening at the school when we can't be present.
A gun on school grounds this morning. A parent is facing criminal charges. The reason police say he was so worked up.
Plus, helping students without a home. How you can get involved in Madison's push to protect kids dealing with homelessness.
And at the state capitol this morning, more money for mental health facilities. The bipartisan bill on the table.
And it is chilly this morning, but about 10 degrees warmer than where we were at yesterday. We'll continue this warm up into the weekend. More details coming up.
A good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now This Morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
Happy Friday Eve, everybody. I'm Leah Lynchide. Kelly Slifka's talking about a warm-up. 33 degrees outside. We'll take it. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it's about 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, and we'll continue this climb in the weekend. Actually, the weekend looks pretty good all in all. Pretty seasonable for the first weekend of November. It is chilly this morning, but we've been holding just about freezing, at least at the airport in Madison City at 33. It is down to 32 in Middleton and Verona, 28, one of the colder spots right now in Brooklyn, and Cottage Grove currently at 33. So we're 9 to 10, 11 degrees warmer than average, or warmer than yesterday at this time, except for Monroe, just a little bit warmer. As temperatures have dropped down to the south. Gradual warm up into the weekend, generally dry through the weekend. There's a spotty shower here and there, and I'll actually show you how spotty these showers are in our Friday forecast coming up in about 15 minutes, but a better chance for some rain early next week, and then we're setting up for some cooler weather once again. Kind of a mix of clouds and sun throughout the day. Should be in the low to mid 40s, already warmer than where we were at yesterday here early this afternoon. Southwest winds will be up there about 10 miles per hour. For the afternoon, partly sunny skies. We climb into the upper 40s, so not quite as chilly as it's been. Upper 40s today, a mix of clouds and sun, and that warmer weather will continue in the weekend. We'll take a look at that coming up in about 15 minutes.
Okay, talk to you then, Kelly. Thank you. Developing this morning, a parent of a Janesville High School student is facing criminal charges. He's accused of threatening an administrator and bringing a loaded gun to Parker High School. Police say this all happened because the man heard a rumor that the school had run out of food, which of course it did not. Janesville police say it happened around 12:45 Tuesday, Halloween. The school resource officer learned a 36-year-old parent threatened to bring a gun to school and confront an administrator. Then about 15 minutes later, the man showed up, admitting to the school resource officer he had a gun in his car. The district says the incident was resolved within minutes and was done in a secure, centralized area that did not require a lockdown.
I just think it's completely out of character and not right that somebody would bring violence into a matter with any of the teachers or students. It just causes us as parents to worry about what's happening at the school when we can't be present. Well, I just think that maybe they should do the lockdown in any circumstance like that, just to make sure that everybody's protected.
So right now, the parent is banned from district property and events. He's yet to be formally charged with a crime.
In the Madison School District, staff are hoping to address the problem of kids suffering from homelessness. A 2-month-long donation drive is underway right now. The district is collecting hygiene items and winter clothes for families in need. You might have seen this outside of your kid's school. 750 ribbons are hanging outside of the district, representing each student who is currently without a home. To help, you can donate to collection bins through the month of December. They're set up at the Doyle Administration Building. That's next to the Cole Center.
Meanwhile, November is Homelessness Awareness Month in Wisconsin. In our state, a one-day count from January of individuals and families found 4,800 people are homeless. Yesterday at the Capitol, advocates kicked off the month with an event. Works of art were on display, created by people who are homeless or who were homeless.
To the state capitol now. Democratic lawmakers are anticipating Wisconsin's abortion ban will be overturned this fall. But if that's the case, there are still restrictions to getting an abortion. Madison Senator Kelda Roys and Madison Representative Francesca Hong want to remove some requirements that make it more difficult to get an abortion in the state. One requires abortion providers to have hospital admitting privileges. The other requires people trying to get an abortion to undergo a physical exam. Those bills are not expected to pass the Republican-controlled legislature.
Also at the Capitol, Democrats and Republicans are looking to provide more mental health facilities for the state. Multiple bills would require the state's Department of Health Services to set up a certification process for treatment facilities. Supporters say this would get people in crisis the help they need faster without having to spend as much time with law enforcement. Right now, a lack of crisis care facilities and observation centers means some officers have to transport people in crisis to a facility hours from where they are.
It is a terrible process on so many different fronts. Number one, it's bad for the person in crisis. I mean, that's not the best way to treat somebody who's in a mental health crisis, put them in the back of a squad car for a 3.5-hour trip.
The bill's authors say the lack of centers takes a toll on law enforcement officers as well, with at least 1 or 2 needed to work an entire shift to transport a person, go through the paperwork, then return home.
6:35 now. In Washington, D.C. this morning, the House and Senate continue to be at odds over how to give emergency aid to Israel. A House package looking to send $14 billion to the country is scheduled for a vote today, but it's not clear if that will happen anymore. Republicans in the House want to cut funding from the IRS to send that money to Israel. A Congressional Budget Office report shows that plan could possibly raise the deficit by billions over the next decade. Here's what one Wisconsin representative and the Senate's majority leader have to say about the rift.
Any member of the House of Representatives that votes to fund the IRS and not to fight evil is something they're going to have to live with.
House Republicans are asking a price for helping them by cutting off funding that holds rich tax cheats accountable. That ain't happening, House. It ain't happening.
In the unlikely event the plan makes it through Congress, President Biden has said he'll veto it.
6:35 now. Take a look at this video. This is a before and after look at a refugee camp in Gaza. The Israeli military struck that camp for a second time yesterday. A hospital director there says the strike killed at least 80 people. The IDF says the attack targeted a Hamas command and control complex and eliminated Hamas terrorists based on precise intelligence. The UN Human Rights Office, meantime, says the attacks could amount to war crimes. This, as we're getting an update into the newsroom, that the Gaza Health Ministry says 9,000 Palestinians have now been killed since the war began. They say most of the dead are women and children.
This comes as crowds are gathering at the Rafah crossing this morning. That's at the Egypt-Gaza border. It's afternoon there right now. People in cars could be seen crowding the gates trying to cross. There is an agreement allowing some foreign citizens to leave Gaza for Egypt. That includes some Americans. At least 300 people on an initial list of 500, as well as dozens of injured Gazans, crossed yesterday. Developments continue to break out of the Middle East. We're going to keep you updated right here on News 3 Now and through real-time push alerts over on our mobile app.
New this morning, the Texas Rangers have won their first World Series. They took down the Arizona Diamondbacks last night in Game 5. The game was scoreless for most of it until the Texas bats got hot. And that did it right there. That was the moment. Going down looking. Diamondbacks get shut out 5-0. Texas won all 11 of their road games during the playoffs, which is just incredible. It's the franchise's first World Series championship after 62 seasons.
Hey, congrats to them. Big deal.
Brewers are next, right?
Yeah, definitely. 6:37. Coming up after the break, an update on the bus rapid transit when we could see the new bus system up and running.
And it is a chilly start to the morning, but a little bit milder than yesterday. We're going to continue to warm up into the weekend, and we'll track a possibility of a shower tomorrow afternoon. We'll have that for you coming up.
Plus, we're working for the weekend in the 608 this morning. I'm Josh Breiter with a rundown of what's happening next.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjord's furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjord's furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability, it's about yours.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Check out our huge selection of Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. They make a beautiful addition to any room while reducing energy costs year-round. Get this LED 52-inch Guilford indoor ceiling fan for $44.49 after rebate. Find your style with Patriot Lighting and give your home a brighter, updated look. Menards has all in-stock pendant lights on sale and ready to take home. This Giona pendant light is $44.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This is you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you, and you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
Tonight at 10, Navy veteran, firefighter, farmer.
He's a man of many hats, but we're going to talk about the one hat that has him rooted in doing something good.
You'll learn how his mission sprouted.
It's not something that most sane people would try.
And what he's doing next to help fellow veterans and first responders.
It's about being out here to do work and to give something back.
Inspiring all of us to do something good. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
City of Madison has some construction going on right now, huh? You'll notice the east-west bus rapid transit route is being torn up. They're putting in the red line, which you can see here on this map stretching from east to west across the city. That is expected to be up and running by late next year. Last night, though, people had the opportunity to weigh in on where they think the stop should go on the proposed north-south green line. That one runs from Fitchburg up to North Point Drive. Our Armand Rahman reports.
I live way out on the edge of town, and so I have quite a walk to the closest bus stop.
So to shorten that walk a little bit, Kate Schulte wants to see a stop closer to Novation Parkway and Ski Lane. But she mainly wants to know what the city has planned so she can tell her fellow Southside residents.
Some people are very car dependent, but then there are a lot of people, there's a lot of apartments out there, town of Madison, people like me out there.
A map showed some of the proposed stops for the north-south line, but there was one location on many people's minds.
The fact that the rapid transit wouldn't directly access the airport, I think, is something that should be looked at, especially for people who would want to get across town and make that, every major city you look at has that, and I think that that would really improve the areas in that sense.
Now, transportation officials say it's all in the early stages right now. The city's waiting on its grant application to have the federal government pay for 80% of the $150 million project. But they say they are learning from the construction work happening on the east-west bus stops right now.
The ones that we have on the east-west take a fair amount of time to build. They have knee walls and the like, and so we want to carry the same branding, but we might modify them a little bit so that maybe they're a little easier to construct.
One of the city's big goals with BRT is helping the climate by getting more cars off the road. Commuters say if that's the case, they should do more for bikers when planning new lines.
And I think using the University Avenue model of having bike lanes that go opposing traffic, that are protected bike lanes, would really improve the ability for people to move around in different climate-friendly transit options.
That was Armand Rahman reporting there. Transportation officials say they hope to have many of the basic decisions on the north-south line made by February. And they hope to have an idea of how much the government will pay for it by spring. Now, there is an in-person meeting happening tonight at Warner Park Community Center on the north side. Then next week, there will be a virtual meeting on Wednesday. Another in-person meeting will happen next Thursday in Fitchburg.
It's just about 6:45. Kelly Slifka's outside with your first warn weather. He's got the winter coat on.
Yeah, the winter coat definitely needed this morning. However, as we go into the weekend, yeah, you'll need a jacket, but I don't think you'll need the heavier winter coat. That'll hold off until next week. And actually, the weekend is looking pretty nice. We're looking at a mix of clouds and sun for both Saturday and Sunday. Noticing the winds are fairly light and will rise from 52 on Saturday up to 54 on Sunday. So some seasonably mild temperatures. All right, we're kind of losing the color now, but thanks, John, for sending this in along very close to the Mississippi River there in southern Grant County, Keeler, Wisconsin. Maybe you enjoy some of those last bit of leaves that we have still hanging onto those trees. We'd like to get your photos. Just submit it at firstwarn@WISC-TV.com, or you can use our First Warn weather app, and we'd like to show our folks some of those photos. Right now it's 33 in Madison. We do have partly cloudy skies. The winds are out of the south at 7. Sun noticing coming up at 7:33. Next week at this time, it'll be coming up just after 6:30. So that's why we will see the daylight a little bit sooner, because we're going back to standard time. We set those clocks back 1 hour Saturday night. Wind chills right now 27 in Madison, 29 in the Adells. Not a whole lot of wind this morning, but enough to create a little bit of a chill. High pressure off to our west. You can see some clouds that have been streaming into western Wisconsin. Some of those will be with us. The jet stream is just humming along the northern tier of the United States, and we have these really weak systems that are passing in, basically bringing us some clouds. Maybe a spotty shower tomorrow afternoon, another chance tomorrow night, but going into Saturday night. Otherwise, it looks like the main chance of rain will be holding off to next week, and it will be turning cooler. So a batch of clouds moving through here this morning. Then we'll get back into some sun this afternoon as we climb through the upper 40s later today with that southwest wind. 33 in Madison, quite a bit cooler in Lone Rock and Boscobel along the Wisconsin River Valley, where the winds are quite light. Right now, Sauk City sitting at 30 also in Cross Plains and Mount Horeb. So starting off tomorrow, fairly cloudy, a little bit milder, but as we go in the afternoon, you see how slight these chances of rain that are passing in. Very weak system may squeeze out a shower tomorrow afternoon here in the Madison area, 4 or 5 o'clock, but it won't last more than about 15 minutes before passing on. First warn forecast, there's that slight chance of a shower tomorrow, more clouds than anything. Saturday, 52, another slight chance of a shower Sunday, once again, mainly dry. The better chance of rain will be next week as we cool it back down into the 40s.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. We appreciate you. 6:46, it's almost the weekend in the 608.
That's right. Josh Breider is here to let us know what's going on, that we could do a lot of indoor events starting up.
Yeah, with the weather changing here, guys, we're going to see a lot more of that over the coming months. And the Christmas lights may already be on at my house, but some folks may still be all in on the spooky season. Take a look. That includes one more night of terror at Screamin' Acres in Stoughton. They're open for one night only this Saturday, yes, in November. We've featured them in the 608 before, being called one of Madison's most terrifying Halloween events. In case you missed them all of October, this is your last chance to see their biggest season yet. It's also a chance to take advantage of some cheaper tickets and shorter wait times. Well, one of the top Halloween costumes of the year was Taylor Swift, and all of you Swifties should keep that going, because we've got the Taylor Party this weekend. It's happening tomorrow night for those 18 and older at the Sylvie. Doors open at 8 o'clock with the show starting at 9. Tickets start at just $15. And finally, one for you folks that are full steam ahead into the holidays. I'm supporting this. It's okay. The Sauk Prairie Holiday Vendor Event is set for Saturday. This will be from 9 to 2 at the Sauk Prairie Recreation Department. Whether you're in need of something for all of your holiday shopping or personal shopping needs, this is a great one-stop shop while supporting small businesses. Remember, we are your home for what's happening in the 608. Just go to channel3000.com/in-the608 or click on that community calendar in partnership with our friends over at Madison Magazine. So I've got a prop here, guys. I know a lot of folks are like, okay, it's too early for Christmas. Let's just take a look at this calendar right here. This actually was just left on my desk, if we can zoom in. I know it's from 2018, but someone just left this on my desk and have Christmas circled all the way through November except for Thanksgiving, and then all of a sudden it says, oh wait, Christmas, and then of course December is all of Christmas. Lights are on in my house. I know we're probably the talk of the neighborhood this morning, but if it makes you happy, go ahead and do it. I'm not quite listening to the Christmas music yet. Not into that.
That's a miracle.
But isn't that funny?
This is official stuff, folks. This is the News 3 Now Wisconsin weather calendar, so this is fact.
From 2018.
Maybe a little old.
I think this was buried in the weather office or something back there. But, you know, I think it's just that time of the year. We're going to see a lot of these holiday events coming up. This is the time of year I live for a lot of like local business owners. We talked about this earlier. Yeah. This is make it or break it time for them. So get out there and support local because, you know, we wouldn't be here without all of our local businesses. So.
You said it. Good stuff. Josh
Gotta love the prop, even if it's 5 years old.
In the Christmas spirit already.
Spreading that Christmas cheer.
We appreciate it.
You bet.
Hey, it's 6:49 coming up in the morning sprint. First warn traffic note for the rest of your week.
We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds, advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security on your devices, Spectrum Mobile with unlimited talk, text, and data, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited Spectrum Mobile line, and the Xumo Stream Box, free when you add Spectrum TV. Call 833-976-4999. With Spectrum and Xumo, all your favorites are brought together in one place. Use the voice remote to search across live TV, on-demand movies and shows, and the most popular streaming apps to watch what you want faster and easier than ever. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Anybody that knows me here knows that I'm always focused on the customer first. I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this door next year, the year after that. I'm not an actor at all. Here at Precision, we're here for you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
It's Hy-Vee's Super Snack Sale this Friday through Sunday. Save big on snacks like Fritos, Cheetos, Hostess multi-pack snacks, Hy-Vee potato chips, Goldfish crackers, Ritz toasted chips, granola bars, and more. Plus, save with everyday perks prices and get members-only prices on snacks like Cheez-It crackers, Oreo cookies, and Frito-Lay multi-packs. Don't miss the Super Snack Sale this Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability, it's about yours.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen and action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
Now you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Who's always behind the scenes helping parents and caregivers find quality-rated childcare that fits their family's needs? DCF. We're your trusted source in support of quality childcare. Learn more at qualitychildcare.wi.gov.
Rediscover life without pain. SSM Health Orthopedics.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
New this morning, New Berlin police say they're investigating after a parent found THC gummies in their kids' Halloween candy. Take a look. The packaging here is similar to Sour Patch Kids. Officers say they haven't received any reports of this happening other than this isolated incident, and nobody got sick.
Janesville Parker High School parent is facing criminal charges. Janesville police say that he threatened a school administrator and brought a gun to the school. Police say it happened 12:45 on Halloween on Tuesday. That school resource officer learned that a 36-year-old man made the threat after hearing a rumor that the school ran out of food. 15 minutes later, police say the man showed up with a loaded gun in his car. The school did not go on lockdown.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office says a 39-year-old woman has died after a rollover crash Sunday morning. Happened in the town of Verona along County Highway PB near Purcell Road. A Jeep crashed into a Toyota that was turning left onto a driveway. The Jeep rolled multiple times. Both the driver and the passenger went to the hospital. The passenger died.
Firefighters asking people to be extra vigilant after this. Listen up. A rogue tire caused serious damage to a car. A driver was headed west on I-90 Tuesday afternoon when a tire rolled from the other side of the interstate right into the vehicle. The driver is okay. Police are reminding people, though, to make sure any items being transported are secured down before you get on the road.
Awful picture there. Hey, a first warned traffic note for you. Hill Street will be closed at the intersection of University Avenue tomorrow morning. In case you're headed downtown from the west side, tomorrow at 7 a.m. through Saturday at 7 a.m. Crews will be working on asphalt paving in that area. If that's how you usually get to your house, your business, or downtown, take Harvey Street instead.
Hundreds of foreign nationals and dozens of injured Palestinians are in Egypt this morning. They made their way through the Rafah border crossing. At least 2 Americans have entered Egypt. This is the first group of non-hostages allowed out of Gaza since the war began.
The director of Gaza's Indonesian hospital says at least 80 people are dead in an Israeli military strike at a refugee camp. It's the second one in 24 hours. The IDF says the attack targeted a Hamas command center and eliminated terrorists. Comes a day after the IDF bombed that same refugee camp, killing hundreds, according to medics in Gaza.
A Cornell University student accused of making violent anti-Semitic threats will remain behind bars for now. 21-year-old Patrick Dye appeared in federal court in Syracuse Wednesday. He did not enter a plea. Dye was arrested Tuesday after allegedly posting threats towards Jewish students on social media. If convicted, he could face up to 5 years in prison.
President Biden and the First Lady will be in Lewiston, Maine tomorrow. They'll be meeting with members of victims from last Wednesday's mass shootings. They'll also meet with first responders there. Those shootings left 18 people dead and 13 injured. The suspected shooter killed himself. Law enforcement found him days later.
All right, good morning. Almost coming up on 7 o'clock on this chilly start to the morning, but it's not quite as cold as yesterday morning. 32 in Madison, Mineral Point, 28, 26 in Lone Rock. We will have a southerly wind that'll be picking up, bringing us some warmer temperatures. Kind of in and out of some clouds today. A little bit of cloud cover moving through this morning. By the noon hour, a lot of that cloud cover should be moving on out. We'll get into the upper 40s before some more clouds roll in a little bit later on this afternoon. So as you plan your day, you can see the daylight starting to come through now. It's still fairly dark out this morning, but we'll look at it. Partly sunny skies. We climb into the upper 40s today. A southerly wind will bring us some milder temperatures. Up to 50 tomorrow. A little bit more cloud cover. Can't rule out a spotty shower with a weak system. Low to mid 50s this weekend. Enjoy it because it looks like another system will bring us some cooler weather and some rain next week.
Another chance of snow in that forecast.
Yeah, it's that time of the year.
Kelly, thank you.
Keep it here. We're back with another news and weather update in 30 minutes.